Why am I avoiding going home? It's a good question. I'm avoiding going home because I have to tell my family that the house we were looking at is not possible. So I'm having a pity party today, table for one. And disclosure, I don't think my problems are worse than anybody else's. I have it better than many. I don't begrudge anybody anything that they have and, have worked for, and they, however they came by, whatever they've got, good for you, good on you. I don't begrudge anybody anything like that. But today I'm having my pity party table of one. Because I did all the things like that I think I'm supposed to do. And I chose a career and dedicated my life to service, to serving communities. People think nurses are rich. We're not. I'm so far from rich. And I'm not saying that there's not, that we don't make decent money. It depends on where you go. But, and I guess, yes, there are some nurses that make a shit ton of money. But you can tell who they are. You can tell exactly who they are when they care for you. So I did all the things. I wanted to care for people, so I care for people. So, I'm not really going to be endorsing any sports drinks anytime soon. But it's so frustrating because I moved to be close to my mom because my dad died and she was lonely. And I had a 1-year-old that needed to know her grandmother. So we moved, and it was only supposed to be temporary, a couple years. And then moved to Washington. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. And now it's like, I don't know what happened in this last several months, but I don't even have words. It's crazy what's going on with houses right now. Even where I live in California, you can't get one. And so I did all the things. I've got a good job. I have a good career. I have some money towards a down payment. What I thought was a good bit of money, towards a down payment. And I went through the pre-approval process. And I did all the stuff I'm supposed to do, right? But on top of the good career, I'm also an only parent to a 4-year-old. And I pay for everything. So there's that. And then on top of the good career and being the mom to a 4-year-old, I'm a daughter to a woman who's 80, going to be 81 this next week, who's still working because she has to. She's still working because she has to. And my parents worked their entire lives and never could, squirrel away money for savings. And of course, we're not the only people in the country or in the world in this, situation. So all she has, if she retires, is her Social Security, $1,500 a month. In California, you'd be hard-pressed to rent a room almost anymore for $1,500 a month. So she can't afford to live on her own. And couldn't probably cover the cost of rent, let alone rent and food and utilities and, all the things that you need. So she needs to live with me. And I promised my dad that I would take care of her and she would never be homeless. And I know we're blessed. We're not homeless. We have a roof over our head. We have, food to eat and all these things. But my mom should at some point be able to not work. And she's going to be 81 next week, and we want to move. We want a home. We need a home. We need a home for all three of us. And I promised that I would do that, and I'm failing. I'm failing as a mom, as a daughter, because I can't provide this for them, what they need. You know, I've got a mom who I'm essentially telling her to get rid of everything she's acquired in her 81 years and narrow it down to a bedroom. And that's even just trying to get a 3-bedroom house. And that's not fair. That's a terrible feeling for me to tell her, to imply to her that you need to start going through things and basically get rid of it all. You know, we can't pay for storage, you know, on all these things, and you're not ever going to have a home alone again. So I need you to do this. And it's hard for her because she's always worked and yet is in this situation. And it's a situation that so many older people are in, and it's terrible. It's terrible. So, did all the things. Money for a down payment. Good job putting money in savings best I can. You know, you squirrel away, you know, $100 here, $100 there. It's slow, but it adds up. You hope. And then you take it out to pay this bill or that bill, and then you got to start all over again and squirrel away $100. So, did the pre-approval process, and I thought, this is going to be fantastic. This is, we're going to be able to do this. So the goal was to move to Washington to be around my half-sister, and so that my family can be around her family, and I have somebody close, and you know, find a forever home where my daughter can grow up and have friends for life, and you know, friends that she's gonna know forever and carry them with her, which is something I didn't have. And I'm so overwhelmed. I thought when I did the pre-approval process, this is it. This is going to be fantastic. This will be easy. And then I started looking, and I started talking to a realtor, and all the houses are selling for so much more than they're even being asked for. And even what I'm pre-approved for is like a stretch, you know, because it would make me house poor in the sense that I could pay for the house, but like we could never afford to leave the house and go anywhere. But we would have what we needed. And so everything that has the space that we need, where she could have a room for her own, like not just a bedroom, but like either a living room or a den or something like that, where she could put her couch and her TV and have her space, because she's fucking 81 and worked her whole life and she's earned it. I mean, they're already at the top of the budget. And then everybody's offering all this extra money. And I don't understand where all the extra money is coming from, because I thought we were in a financial crisis in this country because of the pandemic. And I thought how lucky that I'm a nurse that I can always work. But apparently we're not in as big a financial problem as we thought. Because people have a lot of money and I can't get a house. And I'm so frustrated and overwhelmed right now, because I'm trying to find something for my daughter and something for my mom, her last home, our forever home. And my mom keeps telling me, like, you know, write them a letter. Tell them, you know, who you are, and maybe they'll choose you even if you don't have the most money. And I'm like, no, because I'm not going to ask anybody to pass up extra money that they could get selling to somebody else. I mean, number one, who would do that? And then number two, like, I wouldn't ask somebody to do that. That's, they have financial needs too. They should get what they can get. And so we kind of surrendered looking. And then today I saw a house. Because I started getting mad, like you see these houses and then you see them, houses that you've saved that would have been perfect for your family, and they're sold. And they're sold for over asking, and they're sold, and then you see them on the fucking for rent list. And it's infuriating. Not that I'm saying they don't have the right to do that. By all means, make your money, I guess. But I'm like, so today I saw this house, and it has split level. It's in a gated community where we would be safe, and I don't mean like a fancy gated community. It's just a community, but it has a split level. And so upstairs there's like a living room and a kitchen and master bedroom and a bedroom and bathroom, and so when you walk in, there's like, you go up and you go down, and so that's the upstairs. And then downstairs there's like this big family room with a fireplace, and then a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs. And I was like, I've been refusing to even try because I know what's going on, and the realtors have told me, but she could have her own living space, and there would be room for everybody. And so I actually called messaged my sister in Washington, and I said, could you go look at it? Yeah, we could go. And they've already got 2 offers on it. Over asking, over my budget, over the over of my budget that I would, probably sell a kidney to try to get. And I don't want to go home and have to tell them that, it's just impossible. Because every day my daughter sits down next to me at my computer, no matter what I'm working on, no matter what I'm doing. Or she'll roll over in bed and she'll ask me if we can order our house today. Is she going to get a yard? Is Grammy going to get to come live with us now? Because right now where we live, we can't. She can't. She has to keep working. And they say she has to keep working because it provides her a place to live. And I have only a 2-bedroom place. And if I go, this is my kid, my daughter, I love her. If I go somewhere and I pay with cash, then they give me change. She's like, oh, that's great, they gave us money. We can now we can put it, now we have enough money for our house. Because she doesn't understand. And I don't know what to do. It's like, and I'm sharing this not because, oh, poor you. I'm just saying, I was in a Walmart parking lot, and I had my arm out the window, and I was stopped. I had to be stopped. There was a car ahead of me, and the car out my window started backing up, and they got really within a few inches of my arm. And my first thought wasn't, oh my God, my first thought was, I have insurance that would cover that if I lose my arm, and at least we would have money for a house. And then I laughed. But there's like this really scant piece of me that, wasn't joking. Like, at least we'd have money for a down payment. And I'm not saying, do I expect somebody to give me anything I haven't earned? Nope. Not even a little bit. Now, if somebody that was placing a $2 million bet and just pissing it away in Vegas wanted to say, hey, do you want a couple $100,000 towards a down payment for a house? Sure. And it blows my mind because, you have to appreciate the irony. To escape my life that I can't afford, I came to the movies where the money that I shouldn't have really been spending goes to line pockets to have like this really luxurious life. And that's okay. I mean, that's the pursuit of happiness. But not something that you're going to get as a nurse. We're not going to be on a 50-foot screen making millions of dollars. That's for sure. We might get drop kicked. We might get spit on, pooped on, bled on, vomited on, urinated on, all the great things. But we're not going to be winning any awards that come with those kind of paychecks. We're never going to be Kardashian. And that's okay because we choose this life and it's an important life. And again, my struggle's not different than millions of others. But it's sad to me because people should dream big. And I don't even dream of winning the lottery. Like, it sounds stupid, but when I buy a lottery ticket, when the pocket's big, I don't even pray to win the jackpot. I pray to win enough money to put down on a house to keep the payments that we can afford, that I can afford for the three of us, and still have money to go camping. Like, I don't even dream to win the money to buy the entire house. I just pray to win enough money for a good enough down payment to make it where I can afford to take care of my family. And that's my pity party. And I know that I'm blessed and I'm thankful. But I'm having a shit day. And somebody out there could understand that maybe you're having a shit day too. So I'm gonna have my pity party and I'm gonna sit in this parking lot and cry for a few minutes before I go home. And I'm gonna pay the check and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna wipe my face. And I'm gonna be happy for the people that have been able to get a new home and that are doing well, that they can do that. And I'm going to help my patients and I'm gonna love my kid. But I need 5 more minutes. I just need 5 more minutes before